बोले श्री गजानन Swami ki jai. Welcome devotees to our service. Blessings for having joined us. Let's begin as we normally do with our opening prayer. Hari Om Tat Sat Om Shri Ganeshaya Namah Om Shri Saraswatyaye Namah Om Shanno Mitraha Sham Varunah Shanno Bhavata Aryama Shanna Indro Brihaspati Shanno Vishnu Rurukrama Namo Brahmane Namaste Vayo Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahmasi Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahma Vadishyami Ritam Vadishyami Satyam Vadishyami Tanmahamavatu Tadavaktaramavatu Avatu Maham Avatu Vaktaram Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. बोली श्री गजानन स्वामी की जय. भाई जाइए. Devotees, we will proceed with our chaupais. जाके सुमिरन तेरी नाश नामशतु हन वीर प्रकाश विश्व भरण पोषण कर जो जब तेरा राम जब तेरा मध्याही घर आई निच नव मंगल मूद बधाई सखा धर्म में यशरथ जाकी गीतन कहन तहुरी की जय राम श्री राम जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम राम जय जय सीता राम जय जय राम वह शोभाजु समज सुख कहतन बने खगेश वरने शारद शेष सुती सोरस जान महेश सिया पति रामचंद्र की जय शरणम बंदो पवन कुमार खलबन पवक ज्ञान घना जासु हृदय आगर बस ही राम शरचाप धर। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते 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 वासुदेवाय। वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय बोलिए श्री वासुदेव भगवान की. Devotees, and this morning we will glorify the Panchadevata through simple Kirtanam and then we'll proceed. He Ramba Hare Jai, He Ramba Hare, 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 Jai Devi Hare, Jai Jai Devi Hare, Jai Durga Hare, Jai Jai Devi Hare, Jai Durga Hare, Jai Jai Devi Hare, Jai Devi Hare, Jai Jai Durga Hare, Jai Shiva Hare, Jai Jai Shiva 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 Hare, Jai Vishnu Hare, Jai Jai Vishnu 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 Hare, Aditya Hare, Jai Aditya 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 Hare, ओ जपा कर यही नाम मन बावरे, ओ जपा कर यही नाम मन बावरे, जपा कर यही नाम मन बावरे, ओ जपा कर यही नाम मन बावरे, जय राम हरे, जय जय कृष्ण हरे, 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 ओ जपा कर यही नाम मन बवरे, Jai Rama Hare, Jai Jai Krishna Hare. O japa kar yahi nam man bhavare. Jai Rama Hare, Jai Jai Krishna Hare. Boli Sri Panchadevta ki Jai. So devotees, through Vachik method, praising, we have worshipped the Panchadevta. Remember, as we have mentioned before, there are three different ways we can worship: Mansik, Vachik and Upansu. So Mansik is in the mind, Vachik through word, Upansu physical offerings. So at this point in time, we normally perform puja. We can do it either Vachik or Mansik. Rituals are avoided unless really necessary in this period of time. So devotees, we have worshipped, and remember that no matter where we may be, no matter what the circumstances, we can worship. If the circumstances allow for the rituals to be carried on with all the rules and regulations maintained, then they are done, especially for grihastis, we as householders. And if the circumstances don't allow, then we can do it Vachik, Kirtanam, we can do Jap, we can chant mantras, and even such, if circumstances don't allow, Mansik. And just to remind you, Mansik Puja, we may believe that is being done in the mind. We make all offerings in the mind. That is a surface practice, thinking that is in the mind. But it's all the same Mansik. But deeper than that, I have given you the various 5 mantras, actually there are 6, that we use to perform Mansik Puja. If we do not have the ingredients and the circumstances don't allow for the physical offerings. So let's use an example. Say we want to worship Gajanan Swami, Mansik. So remember the mantra is Om Lam. Om Lam Prithvi Atmakam Mahaganapate Gandham Kalpayami Namaha. Gandham Chandan. Om Ham Akash Atmakam Sri Mahaganapate Pushpam Kalpayami Namaha. Flower. Om Yam Vayavya Atmakam Sri Mahaganapate Dhupam Kalpayami Namaha. Incense. Om Ram Vahanya Atmakam Sri Mahaganapate Deepam Kalpayami Namaha. Arti, light in a diya, offering of light. Om Vam Amrit Atmakam Sri Mahaganapati Naivedyam Kalpayami Namaha. Prasadam. And Om Sam Sarva Atmakam Mahaganapati Tambul Adi Sarvupacharan Kalpayami Namaha. Mansik Puja is completed. And if you follow what is done there, the same thing for the full elaborate puja we do. There are differences, of course, but essentially what it is, when we worship all these offerings, we make notice these 5 offerings, Panchupachar. These 5 offerings, they relate to the Pancha Tattva. So the first one, Lam, Prithvi Atmakam, Prithvi Tattva. And Chandan is used to purify Prithvi Tattva. And of course, Prithvi Tattva will have all the qualities of the other Tattvas, meaning scent, taste, sight, touch and sound. Om Ham Akash Atmakam Akash. Ether. The quality of ether is sound. Pushpa, when I offer flowers, is to purify Akash Tattva. Yam Vayavya Atmakam. Dhupam, incense. Vayabhya, the wind. Quality of wind, touch, tactile sense. So when I offer that, it is to purify the tactile sense in my body. Yeah? And when I put Mahaganapati in between, it is, I'm doing these actions, I'm purifying these elements because I want to tap into the inner Ganapati, inner Ganesh. So to any aspect of divinity, Shivaji, Durgama, just have to put in the name there. The power we are trying to tap into. Then you have Ram, Vahanya Atmakam, Agni, fire. The quality of fire, sight, form. And of course, Deepam, Arti, the light represents that. And Vam, Amrit Atmakam, that is the taste we talk about. Prasadam symbolizes the purification of the sound of the taste. Right? Jal Tattva. And then if you notice in puja, we put tambul, etc. Well, the last mantra said, Om Tambuladi Sarvapacharan Kalpayami Namaha. Whatever other offerings I make come into this category. But Mansik Puja done in this way, if you focus, you learn the mantras properly, it is a case of Mansik Puja going inside, more inside, tapping into the inner being inside of you, going beyond the various tattvas. And as I have mentioned before, even the puja that we do, the rituals, the significance is the same. It is much the same. But there are little differences here and there, that when I do Mansik Puja, I alone benefit. When I do the full rituals, from the ants to the atmosphere, benefit. So in other words, what I am saying to all of us, we have absolutely no excuse to not pray. No excuse whatsoever. While if you don't have time, say, to do full rituals in the morning, going to work, you can chant your mantras. You can do your Namah Shivaya, chant, Kirtan, Bhajan. Who is stopping you from doing that? And if, say, circumstances, even they don't allow Mansik. But wherever you are, you can pray. And devotees, wherever we are, we need to pray. Now, just to remind you that this daily prayer, what is it? The part of Nitya Karma. Nitya Karma. And I have mentioned to you before, Lord Shiva told Goddess Parvati, Shiva Sanhita, you perform your daily karma, you don't get blessings. You don't get blessings. You don't perform them, you incur sin. And the rationale is very simple. Because we all owe these debts. We owe debt to God, debt to the rishis, debt to the ancestors, debt to society and to the lower forms of creation. I'm just reminding you. If I do not, and this is called Nitya Karma, Nitya means daily, every day. So when we go every morning to the temple, our puja place, wherever, we offer dhar, we light our diya and so on, that is good. You are repaying a debt of gratitude. But you don't get blessings for doing that. And this is where many fall down. You think that because you go and do daily prayer, light the diya and so on, you're getting blessings. No, devotees, you owe that. Understand what I'm saying? It's like you take a mortgage, you pay back every month. You need to pay back. If you don't, there is penalty. So the daily prayer has to be done, must be done. Failure to perform it, sins of omission. Omission. So just remember, you don't pray. This is why the scriptures give us different ways. You have to decide what you're doing. If I can't do the rituals, at least I must make up for it, either Vachik or Mansik. But I need to pray every day. And then the question is, how do I get blessings in? If when I do my normal prayer on a daily basis, I don't get blessings. And devotees don't think I am mad. You see, many of us like to hear things for mental gratification. I pray in every day. I'm a great devotee. No. You need to do more than that. How do I get blessings? As I have mentioned time and again, Naimitic Karam, Naimitic occasions. Special occasions like Shivratri, Janamashmi, Ram Navami, Navratri coming up. These special occasions. I need to observe them in some form. Again, you have the three ways. If I don't observe them, I incur sin. If I do observe them, I get plenty blessings for it. This is where I get my blessings. And there's what they call kamya karma, desire. Once a year, people do the Katha, the Jhandi, Durga Puja, whatever, special sessions, yagyas, whatever, kamya karma, plenty blessings for that. And also Bhagwan Shankar said, if you don't carry out these karmas also, kamya karma, you also incur sin. Okay? So devotees, this is what I'm putting to you. I mean, sometimes, we hear questions being asked, where does this pandit get all that from? No other pandit saying that. Pray every day, you get plenty blessings. So I'm contradicting everybody else. I'm just putting to you, and I gave you a rationale for understanding what Lord Shiva put to Goddess Parvati. If you think differently, and if you believe differently, then the choice is yours. Yeah? Remember, God doesn't need anything. We are all in debt. Some time ago, I did that bhajan. Bhajan bintino panbigari. Before we were born, we made a promise to that Lord. Bless us with a human form, we will serve you. That's a debt you're repaying. That's a commitment. So devotees, we can't, you see, this is what I mean by being lazy. Intellectually lazy. Physically lazy. We do the bare minimum. But no, we need to do more for the blessings part of it. Right? If you work for your whole life to pay back your mortgage, what are you left with? That isn't good financial practice, is it? Neither is it good spiritual practice. You have to accumulate spiritual merits. Material wealth you leave here, spiritual merit you carry with you. Wherever you may go. In the process of reincarnation. So devotees, by all means pray every day. And by all means observe the special occasions given to you. And as I've been saying, the three ways you choose. One way or the other. We understand that people work shift. Right? Some people work double shift. They don't have time. Don't tell me you can't find 3-4 minutes. How long did it take me to recite these mantras? Mansik. How long did it take me? If you learn it. But when I make every excuse not to do it, I try to justify my laziness. Shouldn't be. And all this I am saying, devotees, is for the benefit of all of us. This is not exploitation. Hinduism doesn't exploit anybody. Hinduism calls you to be awake, to be alert, proactive, do what you're supposed to. Everything we are told to do that has scriptural sanction is for our benefit, not for God. God doesn't need anything. Okay? So devotees, important that we must pray. And you have your different methods of praying. But I emphasized that once we can afford it, the rituals are important for the grihastis. All of us, householders. And this is why you offer your jal, you light your diya, various rituals, yes. And this is the reason. You're purifying yourselves. You're paying your debts of gratitude. When that is done, try to accumulate now. Save. He who works and works and works and only spends, pays debts and doesn't save, imagine what that man's position is like. Ask yourself. This was why when COVID came by, people stranded. You know why? Eat, drink, make merry, spend everything today. What happened tomorrow, happened tomorrow. Tomorrow you beg. Circumstances hit us. This in a material sense. And so many people struggling. You know why? They did not save for the rainy day. And the rainy day is going to come when you can't go out to work. So too spiritually. So too spiritually. So devotees, proactive in the field of spirituality is really necessary. Very, very necessary. So make up your mind and notice how fair it is. If you're sick, You can't go by the jhanti and stand up on 1 foot 2 of a jal. You could sit down right there in your waka and you could do your puja. Understand? It's very, very fair. Right? Hinduism has given you a way to suit all circumstances, no matter what they may be. We are the ones who fail. So I just remind you, devotees, this morning we are not doing any rituals because of whatever is suggested to us, but we are doing puja in a different sense. And don't forget, I have mentioned the highest type of puja is mansik puja. If you can stabilize yourself and focus, if it's once in a while you do it, plenty to gain, plenty to gain. So devotees, a few words before we proceed further. Importance of praying, genuinely worshipping that Lord. How does Sunday morning service come into this whole picture? Sunday morning service, devotees, is Naimitic Karam, occasion. That we call Sunday morning service. You come to service, you put your heart into it, you pray, plenty merits. Plenty merits. This is why we keep it going. We keep it going. And our service here at Gandhipak is more than 55 years old. And I can testify to that, because I started Gandhipak more than 55 years ago. And we had service from since then coming along. We may skip in between, but the service continues. And if this wasn't of any great value, you think I'll be killing myself here Sunday morning, devotees? According to some Baba, go blow sank and collect dakshinana comfortable. This is investment, spiritual investment. And all those of you who have been making the sacrifice for this Sunday morning service, as we say, these sacrifices, special occasions, plenty merits will come your way. And those of you who duck it, unfortunate. Unfortunate. Remember, I need God. He doesn't need me. Neither you. We all need God. So devotees, just understand what we are doing. It's not just a routine. There is a philosophy behind everything that we do. Okay? And all this come to us through Bhagavan Shankar, that Lord, that Master. Devotees, we glorify Shivaji. So devotees, we invite that Lord. He has different names. Har, Bhav. As a matter of fact, the world itself is a manifestation of Shivaji. So, let's join. Bhavaya Namah, Om Haraya Namah, Shivaya Namah, Om Namah Shivaya, Bhavaya Namah, Om Haraya Namah, Shivaya Namah, Om Namah Shivaya, Shiva, 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 Namah Shivaya. Om Shiva, 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 Namah Shivaya. Om Shiva, 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 Namah Shivaya. Shiva, 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 Namah Shivaya. Hara 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 Namah Shivaya. Om Hara 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 Namah Shivaya. Hara 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 Namah Shivaya. Om Hara 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 Namah Shivaya. Om Jaya 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 Namah Shivaya. Om Jaya 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 Namah Shivaya. Om Jaya 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 Namah Shivaya. Om Shiva 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 Namah Shivaya. Om Hara 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 Namah Shivaya. Jaya Har Shiva Har Namah Shivaya. Bhavaya Namah Om Haraye Namah. Shivaya Namah Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. He Subramanyam Subramanyam Sanmukhnatha Subramanyam. Subramanyam Subramanyam Sanmukhnatha Subramanyam. Subramanyam Subramanyam Shambhunatha Subramanyam. He Subramanyam Subramanyam Shambhunatha Subramanyam. Shiva 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 Subramanyam Hara 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 Subramanyam. Shiva 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 Subramanyam Hara 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 Subramanyam. Subramanyam Subramanyam Shambhunatha Subramanyam. He Subramanyam Subramanyam Sanmukhnatha Subramanyam. Subramanyam Subramanyam Shambhunatha Subramanyam. Shiva Shiva Har Har Subramanyam Har Har Shiv Shiv Subramanyam. Om Shiva Shiva Har Har Subramanyam Har Har Shiva Shiva Subramanyam. Subramanyam Subramanyam Shambhunatha Subramanyam. He Subramanyam Subramanyam Sanmukhnatha Subramanyam. Subramanyam Subramanyam Shambhunatha Subramanyam. He Sanmukhnatha Subramanyam. He Shambhunatha Subramanyam. He Sanmukhnatha Subramanyam. Shambhunatha Subramanyam. Bole Shri Umapathi Mahadev ki Jai. Devotees, Arjun, as we heard, shot that boar, Mukh, a demonic force disguised as a boar. He shot him through his snout, as we said, and the arrow went through his body, through the tail, fell on the ground. And Shivaji, in the form of Kirat, that hunter, shot the deer from the opposite direction. And the arrow went straight through his tail, through his snout, fell on the ground. And of course, that boar fell dead, assuming its real form, demonic form. Arjun was very, very happy, thinking that Lord Shiva had protected him. And Lord Shiva, yes, did that to protect his devotees. But as we ended, when I mentioned that there was a conflict for the arrow, Arjun went to collect his arrow, and a disciple of Lord Shiva in the form of a hunter, he came to collect Lord Shiva's arrow. And there was a little conversation between both of them, where insults were traded. Arjun told this, hunter, that you all are low caste, you depend upon the king. And I don't want to go into all those details. But Arjun sort of wanted to put him in his place. And the hunter at the same time said, but you only fooling people. Right? This guy is as a sage, but you're not really a sage. You know, you're in disguise, fooling. In other words, in this way, the devotees, they said what they had to say. But then Arjun said, listen, I won't fight with you, you know. What victory a lion will enjoy if a lion kills a jackal? So in other words, he referred to this hunter as a jackal, and he is like a lion. I won't fight with you. We must fight with equals. Go and tell your master, if he wants this, I'll let him come. Not realizing that, you know, all that master was Shivaji. So devotees, you know how the first thing, you know, you have a set of granchas and so on and whatever, all this old talk, and the hunter went back and told Kirat, Shivaji in that form was transpired. And Shiva himself came there in the form of the hunter. Of course, the scriptures have told us, बड़े प्यार से मिलना सबसे दुनिया में इंसान रे क्या जाने किस भेष में बाबा मिल जाए भगवान रे. We are told, you know, meet and greet everybody with love, respect. You do not know what form that Lord will take to test us. The Lord might very well take the form of the person you hate the most. Come to meet you, and you drop some good cuss on him. All the time is the Lord. See? This is why our attitudes must be very important in life. Now, devotees, if I can't love somebody, at least I mustn't hate. If I develop a state of indifference, it's okay. You see? But my attitude must be a good one, a proper one. So here, Arjun devotees coming to fight with the Kirat, not knowing that this Kirat was Shivaji in that form. And the fight started. So we won't go into too much fight. Arrows, special weapons traded. Shivaji, he is master. Arjun was blessed with many celestial weapons. And so weapons were released at each other. Arjun struck Bholenath, Shivaji, many times with his arrows and so on, different weapons. Shivaji, blessing his devotee with weapons also. As a matter of fact, at the end of it all, Arjun was just standing there. All his clothes and everything torn out of his body, standing there, but determined. But I should mention to you that before the battle, Arjun was approached by the Kirat, not the Kirat, another hunter, who told him, or the Kirat himself sent the message, tell us that, you know, if you die, your brothers are going to grieve for you. Your wife is going to grieve for you. There are so many things that are going to happen. Why you want to sacrifice for an arrow? An arrow? Now, devotees, you have to understand the Kshatriya attitude. They don't give up so. Right? It's not the thing, but the principle involved in the thing. Get me clear? The arrow in the fighting for an arrow. The whole principle, I shot that arrow, and you know, this point of, you know, valor, bravery, it's not really ownership of an arrow. But I can't bend to an enemy. I can't surrender to an enemy. And here, the Kirat was testing Arjun. You're going to surrender? And what he did, he used family. He used the consort. You know, he used the position, kingdom, etc. You're going to lose all that. You're going to give up all that for an arrow? But devotees, this is where you see many people fall down again. If it's for the arrow, they say, you know what? I better do fight on the, let me save my life. But it wasn't the arrow. It was a principle Arjun standing on. And Arjun said, tell the Kirat, that hunter, I am not here for all these things you're talking about. I'm here on a certain principle. Advised by Vedvyas, and he brought the whole idea forward. And I am not going to run away from this responsibility. It's not position I'm looking for. It's not success, you know, financially, etc. It's something different. The principle of the whole thing. I'm here standing on that principle. And if he wants, let him fight me or go back. So it's not the arrow itself. Devotees, Bhagwan Shankar was very pleased. In the form of a Kirat, very pleased. He tests his devotee first. You believe in what you're doing? Do you? Or you're going through motion? And if you're just going through motion, you have no success to get. If there's a belief, you stand on solid principle, then the Lord goes forward. Another step comes. Then Bhagavan said to Kirat, okay, let's fight. And the fight started. So first he was tested, and Arjun stood firm. And that test, devotees, led up to the battle. And forward and backward, as I said, each one, the elements, the missiles, destroying the other one, but the battle continued. Equal, so to speak. Shivaji testing his devotee. And devotees, you may think Arjun hitting Shiva. Every arrow that Lord Shiva received from Arjun that hit him, Lord Shiva accepted it as an offering of love. It wasn't hate. Arjun wasn't fighting with hate in his mind. Like the battle of Kurukshetra was a righteous battle. This was the whole thing about it. Righteous battle. So every arrow was like an offering. The devotion through confrontation, as I mentioned. Bhagavan Shankar devotees accepted unlaughingly. The battle continued, Arjun fighting seriously, but Shivaji testing his devotee. The both of them, Shivaji went up into the air, Arjun went up into the air. He had power. And fighting each other. Then they descended. Shivaji dropped all his weapons. What Arjun did? Arjun grabbed him by his feet. And he began to swirl him around. Lord Shiva getting on swing around, enjoying it. That was Arjun's devotion. This may sound very strange to those who are not, trained in this way of thinking of a devotee. How is this? Devotees think many times when you play with children, you don't swing them around and things. You're enjoying yourself, right? The child enjoys himself even more. Shivaji was enjoying all this. In other words, devotees, how I go to my Lord so he comes to me. Nobody must ever doubt for a moment. This is a different pathway. That a Kshatri, Arjun fighting this battle. But everything he is doing is in the point of duty. No hate, no negativity in his mind. So he began to swirl Shivaji around. And Shivaji began to laugh. And then suddenly, Shivaji slipped out and he appeared in his real form. Arjun didn't realize that he was swinging around Shivaji, swirling him around. Shivaji appeared. And when Arjun saw that, you can imagine, devotees stopped dead in his tracks, so to speak. And beautiful form of Shiva. Beautiful form. Wonderful form to behold. Arjun devotees overpowered. Overpowered. He was praying to Shivaji for a special weapon. And here, he fought with Shivaji, didn't even know it was Shiva. And recognizing now Shivaji, devotees, Arjun, overpowered. Bow down, surrender to that Lord, standing there, white in color, snake about his neck, Matrilok, Jatadhari, Gangadhar, Chandramauli, Trayambak, beautiful, glittering, shining, brilliant like many, many suns put together. Devotees, Arjun, transformed. That aggressive nature of fighting transformed to more devotion now. Simple, surrender. He prostrated before that Lord and he offered praises to Shivaji. Devotees, those praises, we won't go into all the details, but in my own way, follow what little bhajan says. How we would pray. He Shiva Shankar Nat Raja Medu Janam Janam Ka Das Tera Medu Janam Janam Ka Das Tera. My prayer. What is yours? O Shiva, He Nataraj, मैं तुझे जन्म जम का दास तेरा प्रभु जी. birth after birth, lifetimes I've been dedicating myself to you. I'm a servant of yours, Shivaji. I keep chanting your name day and night. It's like my pulse. That's Shiva, 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 Shiva. Gunjata Manamura. Lord, I visualize you. I surrender to you, one without a second. Devotees, I'm not going to translate the bhajan. I'm just going to pray. Pray in your own way. He Shiva Shankar Nat Raja Mitu Janam Janam Ka Das Tera Mitu Janam Janam Ka Das Tera निस दिन करता मैं नाम जपन तेरा शिव 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 गूंजत मन मुरा निस दिन करता मैं नाम जपन तेरा शिव 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 गूंजत मन मुरा तुम हो मेरे प्रभु तुम ही कृपालु करूं समर्पण दीन दयालु हे शिव शंकर नत राज में तो जन्म जन्म का दास तेरा में तो जन्म जन्म का दास तेरा तोरी जता से बहती पवित्रता तीन ही लोकों के तुम हो दाता तोरी जता से बहती पवित्रता तीन ही लोकों के तुम हो दाता डमरू बजाया तमस भगाया डमरू बजाया तमस भगाया जर चेतन को तुम्हें जगाया हे शिव शंकर नत राजा मैं अलख निरंजन शिव मोरे स्वामी तुम ही हो मेरे अंतर्यामी अलख निरंजन शिव मोरे स्वामी तुम ही हो मेरे अंतर्यामी भूल जो कोई हुई है मुझसे भूल जो कोई हुई है मुझसे क्षमा मैं मांगूं हर पद तुझसे हे शिव शंकर नत राजा मैं तो जन्म जन्म का दास तेरा मैं तो जन्म जन्म का दास तेरा लीला से तेरी डोले ये धरती करे जो भक्ति देता तू मुक्ति लीला से तेरी डोले ये धरती करे जो भक्ति देता तू मुक्ति तांडव नृत्य करय प्रलय के तांडव नृत्य करे प्रलय के और सागर तू पार कर हे शिव शंकर नत राज में तू जन्म जन्म का दास तेरा मैं तू, जन्म जन्म का दास तेरा। छवि तेरी है सबसे सुंदर, शशि विराजे तेरी जटा में। छवि तेरी है सबसे सुंदर, शशि विराजे तेरी जटा में। हारमनी का शोभे गले में, हारमनी का शोभे गले में, चमके जैसे तारे गगन में। हे शिव शंकर नटराज मैं तू, जन्म जन्म का दास तेरा मैं तू, जन्म जन्म का दास तेरा। Unconditional also in the devotees. छवि तेरी सबसे सुंदर, that form that Shiva displayed, there is nothing to compare. One without the second, unprecedented. Shashi Viraje Teri Jatami, that form, Chandramauli, Jatadhari, Harmony, that garland about his neck, devotees. Perhaps we have never seen a form of Shiva like that. Arjuna saw that brilliant form, brilliant, surrendering totally. Then he said, Lord, why you come in this form, in this guise? I was deceived. I'm not blaming the Lord. He's not blaming God. His own weakness, his inability to recognize that, Lord. Lord, forgive me. I did not recognize you. Devotees, sincere prayer. Bhagavan smiled and said, Arjuna, ask, what do you want? What would Arjuna ask for devotees? He said, Lord, you know why I'm here? You know why I'm here? Why I was advised to come and perform these sacrifices? And therefore, you did so many things in the past. Even that chakra of Bhagavan Vishnu, you gave it to him. So many powers, so many things you did. Without you, what could have happened? Nothing would have happened. No success would have come. Lord, bless me that victory can come, success will come. And of course, this was expecting, based on the advice of Bhagavan Sri Krishna, that Mahabharata war would take place. Bhagavan Sri Krishna advised, he knew, he's the Lord himself. And this is what Arjuna said. I came here on the advice of Sri Krishna, Leela Purushottam. And Bhagavan Shankar, devotees, he said, he's my own soul. Shiva is my own soul. You understand the point? They're not different. They're not different. Shiva himself in that form was Krishna. Right? Krishna is same Shiva, no difference. Ek Brahm. This is why Bhagavan Shankar said, Krishna is my own soul. What he has advised you to do, perfectly correct. And you follow the advice, success is yours. And there's a special weapon of Shiva, they call Pashupat. Special weapon, that is his weapon, Shiva's weapon. He said, Arjuna, I'm going to give that to you. That weapon, nothing could stand against it. It is invincible. Absolutely nothing. And devotees, so Arjuna was blessed with that special weapon. Now, it wouldn't be a physical thing. Eh? Some of us will look like a .38 or whatever. You see, if you notice, if you see so many pictures, they use the same arrows, but what do? They infuse it with energy, the mantra. The arrow is here, but they infuse it with the energy that can bring about the destruction. So it's not a physical weapon, but devotees, something to activate that energy, to tap into that energy that can bring about destruction. That weapon was given to Arjuna devotees, and Shivaji disappeared. Antardhyan ho gayi. Arjuna's devotion was successful. Here he worshipped the Kirat avatar, Shiva in this form, to gain that great weapon, which great joy he returned to his family. and devotees, they all were overjoyed. You know, when there's reunion, coming together, there's a great joy. Everybody, very, very happy. Bhagwan Sri Krishna came there also, because remember he was a friend of the family, as we say. And devotees, there was wonderful rejoicing. Wonderful rejoicing. Arjun was successful in achieving that powerful weapon. And it all started off, Bhagwan Sri Krishna advised, "O Arjun, go, worship." Ram Krishna Vasudeva Achyut Ananta Nilakanta Mahadeva Sridhara Ananta Ram Krishna Vasudeva Achyut Ananta Ram Krishna Vasudeva Achyut Ananta Nilakanta Mahadeva Sridharayananta Nilakanta Mahadeva Sridhara Ananta Ram Krishna Vasudeva Achyut Ananta Gopi Janodhar Radha Lola Gopi Janodhar Radha Lola Bhakta Janodhar Bhakti Ganalola Bhakta Janodhar Bhakti Ganalola Ram Krishna Vasudeva Achyut Ananta Nilakanta Mahadeva Sridharayananta Nilakanta Mahadeva Sridhara Ananta Ram Krishna Vasudeva Achyut Ananta Ram Krishna Vasudeva Achyut Ananta Ram Krishna Vasudeva Achyut Ananta Devotees, Kirat Avatar, one of the manifestations of Shivaji. So I will go on to another one, but this other one will have some relevance to what is taking place in society. And today, for instance, our celebration, Srinathar is celebrating Bhagavad today. So devotees, it all goes back to, there were two brothers, Hiranyaksh, Hiranyakashipu. Hiranyakashipu was the elder of the two. And Hiranyaksh, well, Hiranyaksh, Aksh means eyes, Hiran means golden eye. And Hiranyakashipu, clothing, the apparel, the wearing golden. These things have significance also, but let's stick with the story, devotees. For some misdemeanor, the Lord Vishnu Bhagwan had to assume the form of the boar, not Mukh, the demon that he killed. Right? The boar, to save the earth. And Hiranyaksh was destroyed. Hiranyakasipu, the elder brother, very, very grieved, pained, and sworn enemy now of Lord Vishnu. Lord Vishnu, he caused this. I will destroy him if I can. And devotees, as we have said time and again, these demonic forces, the daityas, when they want power, they know how to get it. By praying. Sacrifice. No gain without pain. This is something we all have to understand. You want to achieve something in life, sacrifice is important. He sought out a very, secret spot, sacred spot, away from everybody. And for a long time he performed tapasya, austerities, focusing on the creative aspect of divinity, Brahma. So most of the demons will worship Brahma, some will worship Shiva, because he's Vardata. He worshipped Brahma intensely, very intensely, and serious, intense sacrifice, not for a day or two, for a long period of time. Finally, Brahma appeared and said, "Oh, Hiranyakasipu, ask, what do you want?" Hiranyakasipu said, "Oh, Lord, if you please with me, bless me, I don't want to die. I don't want to die. Nobody wants to die. Anybody wants to die? Even the person who wants to commit suicide, if you save them from it, they won't go back, they're afraid." Yeah. But the devotees, one of the facts is that everybody has to die. The human body undergoes 6 modifications. All of us. There's birth, existence, growth, maturity, decay, and death. Everybody has to go through these 6. But he doesn't want to die. Devotees. So, I'm in a little mood a little bit. Everybody has to go one day. Isn't that so? एक दिन हमें भी जाना है, एक दिन हमें भी जाना है। जग चला जाता है सारा, जग चला जाता है सारा, इसका कौन ठिकाना है। एक दिन हमें भी जाना है, एक दिन हमें भी जाना है। खूब मौज कर देखत माशे, खूब मौज कर देखत माशे, खेलने को खेला, करनी है सो कर ले बंदे, करनी है सो कर ले बंदे, फिर नहीं आना है। एक दिन हमें भी जाना है, एक दिन हमें भी जाना है। जग चला जाता है सारा, जग चला जाता है सारा, इसका कौन ठिकाना है। एक दिन हमें भी जाना है, एक दिन हमें भी जाना है। कौड़ी कौड़ी करके जो दे, कौड़ी कौड़ी करके जोड़े, बड़ा खजाना है। संग न चाहिए चाह बंदे रे, संग न जाए जा बंदे रे, फिर पछताना है। एक दिन हमें भी जग चला जाता है सारा, जग चला जाता है सारा, इसका कौन ठिकाना है, एक दिन हमें भी जाना है, एक दिन हमें भी जाना है, एक दिन हमें भी जाना। जब चला जाता है सारा, इसका कौन ठिकाना है। When the time comes to go, who could stop you? Nothing. The one that come, everybody has to go. So why are you asking for that? When you have to die, you want it to come. Brahmaji said. Hiranyakashipu asked for something otherwise. But you know, sometimes devotees, many devotees feel they're real smart. They got how smart God. But no matter how smart you are, that Lord is supreme. But he tried, you know. He said, Lord, okay, if I have to die, I must die neither in the day nor in the night. Neither inside nor outside. Neither in the ground nor in the sky. By no God or man should be able to destroy me. No man-made weapon should be able to destroy me. He thought he had all sides covered. If he doesn't die in the day or in the night, when would he die? Time. Neither inside nor outside. Where would he die? Place. Time, place. No God, no man. Circumstances never lead up to that. No man-made weapons. So devotees, you look at the three time, place, circumstances. Trying to take a control over that. Different dimensions he wanted to control. I won't go in details. These kathas have very deep significance. Philosophical. Let's go ahead, devotees. Brahma said tathastu. So shall it be, and Hiranyakashipu, as all before him, and so many after him, when they got power, they became corrupt. Power corrupts. And they say absolute power corrupts absolutely. And it not only, but corrupt means on the bad side, not on the good side. Hardly ever a man gets power and he goes in the positive side. He always goes on the other side. Hiranyakashipu started a reign of terror, devotees, putting to the sword all the holy ones, the devatas. And you know, when there is such influence, then dharma declines, negativities become the order of the day. As we have always been saying, whether we take it politically or otherwise, if the head is not good, how could the body be good? Whatever the head is determines what the body becomes. If there is corrupt, the head, then there's corruption. Satan can't correct sin. We tied here that, right? So devotees, with this influence, negativities became the order of the day. And the good ones were put to the sword. Man can do whatever he wants, but not for how long he wants. Time, there's a limit. In the home of Hiranyakashipu, a son was conceived. And devotees, within a short period of time during pregnancy, Narad Muni, who, as we have been describing him to be the international mischief maker, traveler, he institutes the Lord's plans. He came there, and while that child was within mother's womb, he indoctrinated that child, speaking to the baby. Sometimes people think that this is madness, you're talking to a baby within the womb. The baby hears, the baby listens, the baby understands. So devotees, here Narad Muni injected into that baby, that child, Narayan, Narayan, Narayan is Bhagwan. Narayan is Bhagwan. Turn to Narayan, worship Narayan within the mother's womb. Yeah. So that child, devotees, when he was born, in due course, the son of Hiranyakashipu, who believed he was God, that child started to worship Narayan, Lord Vishnu. And this is a very important point we have made time and again. As I keep saying, many parents say they make the child, but they make the mind. Right? Devotees, from the point of conception, as I explained some time before, the thoughts that are dominant then influence that newly fertilized egg. Like a society today, right? We have been hearing recently parents must take responsibility. I think parents have to take responsibilities for the children because you make them. And how? If at that point of conception there is lust and other kind of attitudes, negativities, what you expect the child to begin life with? Not a negative impetus? This is where the problem lies. This is where the problem lies. People think just to have children, and check in Trinidad devotees, somewhere we hear how much percent of a family is one parent family, and mother alone responsible. Father gone. We won't go into details about this kind of thing, the devotees. But what I'm saying, you think this is going to end? When that child has started with certain propensities, attitudes inside, right, from birth, the vibrations injected into it, how are you going to change that? And added to that is lack of proper upbringing. So instead of hearing Narayan, instead of hearing Ram, what are you hearing? Cuss, right, left and center. Negativities. In many, many homes this is happening right now. Negative vibrations. When the child is born, say, parents, say, look at how bad them children they are. But devotees, is what we put into the children. What we have put into them from a vibrational perspective. Everybody responsible. Parents, to start with them, the environment, the systems that we have, everybody responsible. We're not blaming one particular set of people. Everybody has to take responsibility. It starts with parents, though. When you want to become a parent, don't get carried away by emotion, hormones, and you get into your own actions and so on, and lust the order of the day. Pregnancy, unwanted many times. What do you expect to produce? Tell me what you expect to produce. Assets in society or liabilities? Yeah. So devotees, it is in this context, I would say parents are responsible. You have to know what you're doing. Right? This is why marriage comes in a sacred, it is something sacred, holy. We get you married, you prepare in a special way for the special gift of procreation. It is with special vibrations. Special vibrations. People don't look at this aspect of it. Look at the material side. Society, poverty, what. Devotees, you have plenty of people poor in the past. They brought forth into this world with wide vibration. And they become, like stellar. It's like stars in society. Stars. Okay? So that's a topic by itself. Right? You have to bear that in mind. Young people especially. Right? You are the ones who help to project this thing, perpetuate it. Right? Childbearing, procreation is a God-given gift. But it calls for preparation, not only from a materialistic perspective, health perspective, also spiritual. I'm insisting upon that. Who think otherwise, that's up to you. You have your opinion. This child here, devotees, nothing made him waver. Nothing. He held on very firmly. And I did mention to you some time ago that there was in England a music teacher who was pregnant and she was practicing to perform her violin piece, classical, in some concert, and which she did to perfection, practicing every day, attain perfection. Many people make sure they're perfect before they perform. Many want to perform before you practice. You're not perfect. No. Perfection. And then they performed. Devotees, in due course, a baby was born. A little boy. By the time he was 2 years old, naturally gravitating towards the violin. And by the time he was 4 years old, he was playing the very same piece the mother practiced to perfection, and nobody taught him it. Where did he learn it? Huh? This is why we keep saying when the mothers, sisters, daughters, when you're pregnant, yeah, the environment in the home must be right. The atmosphere must be right. You can't have a pregnancy going on and cussing from morning to night and all negativity is all wrong. What you expect to produce? As is happening. What the mothers eat, what they experience, the books they read, the music, the vibration to which they expose themselves, all that affect the child, positively or negatively. So when you see from small, they take pow, and pow, you know what I mean? What the mother is supposed to think. They have a responsibility. which people want to run from. And when children grow up and so on, everybody wants to run from the responsibility. It's not me, it's he. It's them, it's she. It's not me, it's the father. It's not the father, it's the mother. Only blame, blame, blame. Yeah? So devotees, our scriptures are filled with examples of these things. Dhundhukari, look at what he was. Scheme, trick. Scheme, cunts. Again, he was born out of deceit. Scheme, trick. Checking the other side and positive ones. Wonderful examples in society. Prahalad is one. Devotees, Prahalad was sent to the Guru's place to learn. And of course, what he had to learn, the important thing to learn was that Hiranyakasipu is God. He had to worship nobody else but God. Now, the father was there, Pitri Devo Bhava. Father is God. But it wasn't his father, it was King Hiranyakasipu. And that was being pushed into the child's head, indoctrination. This is why we keep telling people, be careful where you send the children to. Be careful where you send the children. They can be indoctrinated in the wrong things. Hear that Guru out of fear for Hiranyakasipu, teaching. Narayan is not God, Hiranyakasipu. And devotees, no Om Namo Narayanaya, Om Namo Hiranyakasipuaya. Om Namo Hiranyakasipuaya, not Om Namo Narayanaya. So they take out Narayan and put Hiranyakasipu name. That happens, right? It happens in society. Up to today, it's happening in society. People so want to play God, elevated to that position, and people stupid, they fall into that mold, get carried away, changing from what is power to what I don't know. What can we say? All are signs of Kali Yuga, destruction. Destruction. Devotees, the child didn't waver. Why? Because he was firmly indoctrinated. Narayan. So the shortening devotees, after some time, the child was taken back to his guru, to his father by the guru. And when the father asked, "Oh, my son Prahalad, put him on his lap, what have you learned?" "Oh, father, I have learned that Narayan Bhagwan is in every one of us. He is in me, he is in you, he is in all of us. We should worship Narayan." Devotees, that child, Hiranyakasipu, dropped him like hot potato. Drop him. Who taught you that? Look at the guru. Well, the guru could have dropped dead there. The guru said, "Oh, king, I didn't teach him that. I did not teach him that. I'm swearing." Where did the child learn that from? See? Unwavering devotees. And as the story goes, right, many different things were tried. Prahalad did not waver. You don't compromise your beliefs. You stand firm. But to be like that, you have to be born with something inside of you. Otherwise, you end up being like a chameleon. Everything could fool you. You change color based upon the environment, what is also that happens. You have a right to do what you want, It doesn't make you right. It doesn't make you right. The straight path is very difficult, but it takes you to the objective. Stray, you fall victim all over. Devotees, Prahalad, unwavering. And in this context, they say the way of the transgressor is extremely difficult. Now, Prahalad was transgressing the established norms that were wrong at that point in time. Therefore, he suffered consequences. Or so they thought. Prahalad was an enemy of his own father. And Hiranyakasipu decided, we must destroy this boy. Notice what happened, You know what the real problem is? Imagine this father seeing a son, and he saw the son as the enemy. Kill him, because I want to survive. Tell me that doesn't happen in society today. Brother killing brother. It's at all sides. Because what the problem is? Man. And his weakness. Yeah. His weakness. Position, power, greed. All these negativities. This is why in today's world, the scriptures tell us, or ask, who you could trust? Do you know who you could trust? Huh? Devotees. Prahalad, Hiranyakasipu gave instructions. Throw Prahalad from a mountaintop. Right? All this we have been hearing. Put him in front of the elephant stampede. Put him in a snake pit. Deadly poisonous cobras. All these efforts were made to kill Prahalad. Nothing happened to Prahalad. And importantly, Prahalad never said, "Oh God, help me." Sometimes some of us only feel we get a problem. Oh God, God, help me, help me, help me. From before self. And none of us pray to God like how he prayed. He just prayed to God, pray for praying's sake. Jnani Bhakt. He never said, oh God, help me. And he never said, oh God, why? I'm praying so much, I'm doing so much, and this is what suffering? Never. You know why? Unconditional surrender to the Lord. And anytime we have that, you don't have to say, God, help me. It's a given. You don't even have to think it. It's a given. Devotees, Prahlad had a poor Hiranyakashipu's sister, whose name was Holika. Holika came and she saw her brother very distressed. Now, when brother and sister have good relationship, it's a good thing. Good thing, because sometimes plenty of fighting between themselves and all too. Me know what happened to he. Why he do dead? Why she do dead? She greedy. Brother and sister. Society, man. Yeah. Own siblings, we have problems with. Don't tell me these things don't happen, no? I could tell you, and I could tell you more than you know. Yeah, devotees. You see? That's why sometimes you become a bit bitter. You preach all these principles and values, and you turn your back. We haven't turned your back. In front of your face, all this stupidity continues. It happens. It happens. But we're optimists, we keep on preaching. Devotees, these two want to meet up, they're good. The sister very concerned. How you looking so Jodong Bhai? When they meet up, you're here, we are here, especially the older ones. Anyway, the gist of the problem was related to her. She said, no problem, Bhai, I will help you. And instead, she had a power, a blessing. Some say a shawl she had, whatever. She could sit in fire and nothing will happen to her. She said, I will destroy Prahlad. I will help my brother. Bhai, I will help you. I'd like to see you looking so high. Devotees, and if she come the property, yeah, I'll kill you, Bhai, I will take everything. Yeah. Humans? Devotees, Prahlad was fooled by Holika, poor, he seemed poor, and whatever, funeral pyre was prepared, and she sat upon the funeral pyre, and Prahlad on her lap, and fire was kindled. She was protected, she thought. But devotees, whom the Lord protect, none could destroy. And the long and short of it was that she was burned to ashes. A piercing shriek when the fire hit her. But whatever she had was ineffective. She was interfering with a devotee of the Lord. You don't do that. You don't do that. Devotees, she was burned to ashes. Wickedness destroyed. Prahlad, when fires died down and so on, they saw Prahlad, nothing happened to him. And as the saying goes, they saw him playing with the ashes and so on. And from that point in time, it is said, they celebrated Phagwa. Full moon night that just went by was when they burnt Holika. Holika was burnt. And the next 15 days, that whole dark night period, celebrations, destruction of evil, victory of good over evil. Holika was burnt to ashes. And so devotees, all this sprinkling of powder and, well, you have different things there because man again could take it to a different level. Long time the sprinkling, now it has can. Right? The different things, watch it and see. Watch and see. All in Indian thing, the same kind of thing, different level. Man could take it to a very different level. You may have certain colors long time, now have a combination of colors. When you see them color hit your teeth on things, so it take a long time to get out. Yeah. Anyway, devotees to the devatas rejoiced. And from then to now it is said, this celebration carried on. Okay? But let's complete this story there. So this is one part of it, why we celebrate in this time. Here we celebrate one day, the first Sunday for convenience, the 15th day is for celebration. Okay? Celebration. Devotees, finally, Hiranyakashipu very stressed out. How to kill this boy? I tried so many ways, I can't kill this child. He said, all right, the one thing left. There was a huge iron post in which filled with, logs and so on, fire was lit. It became red hot, became white hot. And then Hiranyakashipu called Prahlad, said, Prahlad, your God Narayan all about? He said, yes, Father. Narayan, Hari Vyapak Sarvatra Samana, every single atom of creation. This is what Prahlad, Hiranyakashipu wanted to hear. Then tell me, Prahlad, is your God in that post? Prahlad said, Nishchay, certainly. And Hiranyakasipu said, Prahlad, embrace your God. Embrace. He wanted his son to hold on to that post, so he'd be roasted instantly. Devotees, Prahlad looked at the post, and maybe God witnessed what he saw, an ant walking up. Right? Now, I have my own perspective on these things, devotees. I can remember, if I may digress one moment, I read in one night, sometimes I lie down on my belly and read now. And I seen like an ant walking on the page. I'm chasing it, but the ant's still walking. So what's going on here, boy? By next morning, devotees, the ants come like a bachak. Now, in case you don't know what I'm talking about, some of us experience what we call floaters. Sometimes at the back of the eye, you have something disengaged and it floats. If you see floaters, we call them. There's nothing you could do about these things. It looked like ants really, eh? So I don't know if Prahlad had a floater and he saw the ants walking up. I don't know. My mind, on all sides to think about it now. But basically, he saw something that told him, if the ant could walk there, I could hold it. So by the way, if people start to see floaters and so on, don't get panic, eh? Right? Don't panic and so on. That's something that as you get older, right, that happens. The back of the retina, sometimes things, disengage, and you see them floating about. And sometimes they look like ants, eh? And if they're big enough, they look like bachak. Right? But the bachak break down and look like ants afterwards. And there's nothing you could do, I was told. The brain becomes accustomed to it afterwards. So you don't really focus, you don't see too much. Right? So just in case it's happening to anybody, remember, he hates Sunday morning service. So devotees, Prahlad saw that ant and he went to embrace. And when he embraced that, about to embrace it, it cracked open. And there appeared, we know who, Narsingh Bhagwan. Lion head, claws, human body. And devotees, a battle took place between Hiranyakasipu and Narsingh Bhagwan, as he's called, Narsingh, man-lion. But Hiranyakasipu brave, right? Very brave, or stupid, fighting, but he thought he could have defeated this form of the Lord, not knowing this was the Lord himself. But Narsingh Bhagwan was waiting on a particular point in time. So devotees, all the factors had to be fulfilled. Hiranyakasipu can't die any day nor any night. When the time came, there's a period of time between daylight and night time, they call twilight hour. Gaudhuli they call it. A few minutes is considered astrologically as neither night nor day. Narsingh Bhagwan was waiting for that time. Narsingh Bhagwan grabbed Hiranyakasipu and he said, I must die neither inside nor outside. So on the threshold, just under the doorway, die neither inside nor outside. Bhagwan went and sat there and he put Hiranyakasipu, squirming like a little rat, put him on top his lap. And then he said, Hiranyakasipu, tell me, now is night or day? Neither night nor day, now it's Gaudhuli, twilight hour. Tell me, you're inside or outside? Neither inside nor outside. Fulfilled? Are you in the sky or in the gong? Neither in the sky nor in the gong. I am in a lap. Tell me, am I man or animal? Or God? God will come in this kind of form. Man or animal? Neither man nor animal. Both man and animal together. And then, look at these. Man-made weapons, claws. And then Bhagwan asked, all the boon fulfilled? Burst him, ripped him open. And devotees, Katha goes on, what he do with the intestine and thing. We won't go into too much detail. Okay? So, Hiranyakasipu was destroyed. No matter how bad he think he was, how powerful he think he was, destruction came. God always finds a way. Devotees, and so everything was resolved more or less, but I want to take it one bit further, in that after everything was okay, Narsingh Bhagwan, in a state of anger, right, still growling, he not getting quiet. Even after Hiranyakasipu was killed and so on, he was not remaining quiet. Devotees, it went on so devatas were scared. They put Prahlad to pray to beg him. He quieted down a little bit, but that anger wouldn't go. So angry he was, that he wanted to destroy everything otherwise. Then the devatas went to Bhagwan Shankar and said, Lord, Narsingh, Vishnu Bhagwan in this form, he wants to destroy everything. What is going to happen? Save us, save us. And then Bhagwan said, all right. And devotees had a form of Shiva we call Virbhadra. That was the form that he sent to destroy Daksha Yagya. Now it's Shiva himself in this form, Virbhadra. Right? Bhairav, powerful, terrible. Bhairav appeared, Veerbhadra. And kya agya hai Prabhu? What is your instruction, O Lord? Go to where that Narsingh is and try to talk to him first. Sam, Dam, Dand, Bhed. Or Bhed and Dand. You have different ways of persuasion. Sam, Dam, Dand, or Dand last, Bhed and Dand. But in this case, talk to him, try to reason with him. If it doesn't happen, then if he doesn't change, then you know what you have to do. You have to destroy it. Destroy that form. And what I want you to do is to extract that lion skin and bring it back for me. And the devotees, Veerbhadra went, and Narsingh, anger, no matter what he tell him, Narsingh, Matsyakurm, Varaha, all the different avatars, you took so many forms. Yes, you did your part, everything is okay. Okay, now calm down, Shanta, Shanta raho. No Shant, angry. And devotees, there was no alternative. Then there's a mythological bird they call Sharab, Shardul. They say this bird can kill lions. It is said that Veerbhadra appeared in this form, 8 legs, long claws, very ferocious, terrible to behold. If Narsingh was ferocious, Shardul was worse. Yeah, Sharab avatar, vicious. And he attacked this form, devotees. And what he did, of course, he didn't kill Vishnu Bhagwan, he deformed. Remember, the form is not who you are. And so that he destroyed that, and he extracted that lion skin, the lion skin. And he came back to Shiva. And he said, "Oh Lord," Shiva himself to Shiva himself. This is it. And he said, "Lord Shiva, devotees used that skin." Some say, if you notice, sometimes he had a lion skin. This is a lion skin, tiger skin. If you look at the mala about his neck, you see like a lion head there. All this has symbolic meaning. But I said that this was what Shivaji did to bring that Narsingh avatar to an end. Shivaji assumed the form of that Shardul, that bird, to destroy this impending disaster in the form of Vishnu Bhagwan, Narsingh. Devotees, the Devatas were overjoyed, ecstatic, and they praised Shivaji as usual. And having done that, devotees, they all bow down. And here, see Suji Maharaj is saying, "O sages, anybody who listens to these episodes of Shivaji, great merits will come their way, success will come, defeat of enemies will come, and protection at all times. Shiva, that's supreme, Lord one without a second." So devotees, this Kirat, I explained to you, the manifestation of Shiva. Girhapati we talked about one time. Different avatar. This is Kirat. Now this one is Shardul, that very frightening mythological bird that destroys lion. But the point remains that nothing is impossible for the Lord to do. There is no challenge too difficult that he cannot overcome it. All we need to do, as Prahlad did, surrender. Surrender. Okay, devotees? So, this is what I want to put you for this morning. A lot we have said here. We focus upon it, and it's all aimed at building your devotions to that Divine Master, whichever form. Remember I said, Krishna is Shiva self, Sri Ram is Sri Krishna. Ek Brahm, whichever form we choose, don't create distinction between them. If you choose whatever particular form, recognize that form as the absolute. Understand me? As the absolute. Those say that, well, this one, but not Shiva. Or Shiva, but not Krishna. It's not Ram, it's not Hanuman. No. Whichever aspect I choose. And if you look at it from the other, at a lower level, the different forms we speak about, as I mentioned, they all represent certain qualities. In a part of spiritual development, we need to inculcate these qualities or uncover these qualities. So in this context, Shiva is dispassion. Sri Ram is perfection. Krishna is ecstasy, born of perfection. It's a journey. It's a journey. But you have to understand it first now. All right? And if you don't understand it, don't jump to conclusion, devotees, and say that this wrong and that wrong, because you don't know God. Nobody knows God. All right? But remember how I go to Him, so He comes to me. Let me go with the right attitude. Okay? So devotees, this morning, at this point, I will conclude. And Bhagwa, color, right? Color, like color. Life must be colorful. Right? When Shiva first appeared, 5 faces. Transparent, head on top. Eastern face, yellow. Southern face, black, blue, black. Western face, red. Northern face, white. Symbolic again, the symbolism. Different colors, but the face right up on top, transparent. Colorless. Now, in the journey towards divinity, we need to color ourselves. So when I talked about all the different qualities, notice each aspect of divinity has a color. Eh? The color represents a quality. So when we play Phagwa, throwing is not the social aspect, throwing powder, whatever, boyfriend, one girlfriend, and then vice versa too. Now, in this age, vice versa too. Girlfriend, one boyfriend, that has happened. Girls become very aggressive now too. So devotees, but you have to understand the inner meaning of it. That not only coloring the body is symbolic of coloring the character, the qualities, try to develop them, what they mean. And at some point in time, when we wish to that state, if we wish to that state, of that absolute, then what is the color? There is no color. No color. Transparent. Brahm is colorless. Okay? So let me do blow your mind too much more. So devotees, this morning, I understand that members of the Gyan Deepak, we have just 2 songs they want to put you in the mood of Phagwa. So they arrange themselves, right? They shouldn't be taken very long, unless they sing each verse 5 times, which I doubt they will do. So devotees, and you can join them, something simple, I think, simple songs, just to create a feeling, right? And afterwards, you on your own when you go out, you want to color your family, your friends, whatever, but please do it with a good understanding. Understand what the whole thing is about. Okay? So you pass over to members of Gyan Deepak. Gyan Deepak, eh? It's not the whole Gyan Deepak. Some members of Gyan Deepak. Everybody here Gyan Deepak. So now what everybody's singing then? Yeah. And we have a combination of senior people, not so senior, and young people. Nice combination. So if you hear any voice going off on thing, the senior people. They have powerful voices, the young ones. And just an observation, I'm seeing mostly females on both sides. No have a meal, right? Okay. Chalo.
पति रामचंद्र की जय। होली खेले रघुबीरा अवध में, होली खेले रघुबीरा। होली खेले रघुबीरा अवध में, होली खेले रघुबीरा। होली खेले रघुबीरा अवध में, होली खेले रघुबीरा। होली खेले रघुबीरा अवध में, होली रामा के हाथे झलक पिचकारी, रामा के हाथे झलक
Very good. Blessings and good effort, Ali. Continue the effort, and I want to express that desire that next year, right? Next year we're going to hear Chautal. What we sang is not a Chautal, right? A song associated with holy. So it means you have to practice from before. So from the day of Saraswati Jayanti, once we are around, God bless us, His will. Basant Panchami Saraswati Jayanti, you're going to start your practice on that day. So that means it's sometime in January. So from beginning of the year, and it depends if the older ones take longer to learn, from this year self start to learn. So by the Basant Panchami, you're going to sing your first Chautal on that day. Chautal, Omteri Chautal. That's okay? Right? So you will understand what we mean by Chautal when you start to do it. What you have sung here is not Chautal. It is a song related to Phagwa. Okay? But very good effort is a start. So next year, we're going to build it up. Give them a round of applause. I see Dharam hand itching. Yeah. And I think that the imported Vasant from Florida to come especially to play for them. Right? I didn't know you were here. You came in this morning? Okay. Last night? All right. You came last night? Wednesday. All right. Very good. And you have the right dhab. Correct. Yeah? So we have to get you to come down from January next year. Okay? Blessings. Well done. So devotees, next year we hope to hear Chautal, and this is part of our cultural heritage, which we need to preserve. For quite some years, I think COVID knocked us out, because Gyandipak was doing all these things, but because of COVID and various circumstances, we couldn't. So we're going to get back into it. This is a wonderful start. Commendations, blessings. Okay? So devotees, this morning we'll conclude here. Please all stand. And as customary, we will do our prarthana. Om Jai Jagadish Hare. There is no arati, but you just, everybody pray, we surrender to the Divine Lord.
Om Jai Jagadish Hare, Swami Jai Jagadish Hare. Bhakta jano ke sankat, das jano ke sankat, jal mein dur kare. Om Jai Jagadish
रखे प्रभु, हे विधताप निवारण हे विभु। अज जनेश्वर यादव पाहिम, शिव हरे विजयं कुरु मेवरम, शिव हरे विजयं कुरु मेवरम। प्रतिदिनं कुशलं जय मङ्गलं, प्रतिदिनं कुशलं जय मङ्गलम्। मङ्गलं भगवान् विष्णु, मङ्गलं गरुध्वज, मङ्गलं पुण्डरीकाक्ष, मङ्गलाय तनोहरिः। ॐ लाभस्तेषां जयस्तेषां कुतस्तेषां पराजय, येषाम् इन्दिवर्षां हृदयस्थो जनार्दन। ॐ सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः, सर्वे सन्तु निरामया, सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु, मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। ॐ मन्त्रहीनं क्रियाहीनं भक्तिहीनं गणेश्वर, हे परमेश्वरी, हे सदाशिव, हे जनार्दन, हे कपीश्वर, यत्पूजितं मया देवा, हे देवी मा परिपूर्णं तदस्तु मे। ॐ असतो मा सद्गमय, तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय, मृत्युर्मा अमृतं गमय। ॐ त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव, त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव, त्वमेव विद्या दाविनं त्वमेव, त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः, हरि ओम। बोलिए श्री सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय, बोलिए श्री स्वाहा माता की। शुभमस्तु। Blessings to all. Kindly be seated, devotees.
Sitaram, I have a few reminders for all upcoming celebrations. Firstly, Saraswati Puja for students who are writing exams would be held on Sunday, March 26th at 7:30 a.m. Students who wish to sit for puja can give their names to Auntie Rhoda, Auntie Annie or Auntie Rupati. Ram Navami celebrations will be held on March 30th at 9 a.m. Hanuman Jayanti celebrations will be held on April 5th at 5 p.m. Devotees who wish to sit for puja on these days can give their names to any members of the executive. Next Sunday, all devotees are invited to join with us in satsang, which starts at 4 p.m. As such, we will not be having our usual Sunday service. We do hope to see you next week. Have a safe journey back home. Sitaram.
All right, thank you, Praveen. This morning, devotees, I would like to recognize a couple, Shiv and Gomati. Stand up a little bit. The newest married couple in Gyandiva Kirtan Mandali. A round of applause for them. Week before they got married, and they have joined together to go forward in life, and they're in Gyandipak. We want to wish you all the best, and may you have many more happy years ahead of you. Of course, being in Gandhiburg, be nice to have you joining together with us as service continues. So devotees, to all of you, as you heard, next week Sunday we have in our kirtan an evening of devotion. We start at 4 o'clock, and we'll conclude like around 6:30. The session most likely will be carried live on IETV, and we'll be streaming, of course. So it's an evening of just singing Vachik, right? Glorifying that different aspects of divinity, focusing upon Him. It's not a singing exercise, it's a devotional exercise. Chauthi bhakti mama gun gana kare kapatata jigan. Sri Ram said the fourth stage in devotion to sing my praises with a guileless purpose. So some of us who have grown up in this, we love this very much, and we have the opportunity next week. It was suggested by Dinesh Lokai Singh, and I had no objections to it. So I thought we all could join together, and anybody could come, feel free, right? Join us as we take part in Kirtan Bhajan next week Sunday. Of course, I think refreshments will be prepared. After you sing for so much, you must have some refreshments prepared. Okay? So devotees, this morning, this is what we have, and you enjoy the Phagwa period of time. If you remember, it's not Phagwa, it's not Indian carnival, eh? It's not like Indian carnival. Or I take a rest for 2 days now. Indian, this is culture, right? Hindu culture. And we need to respect it and develop it. And parents also, get the children to understand too. There's an enjoyment aspect of it. But remember, they say there's spiritual significance. So let's all go back to that kind of route, And these celebrations will help us to become better people. Better people. All right? So by all means, do celebrate. Enjoy yourselves. We look forward to seeing you next week. Okay? So blessings to everybody. You didn't put the Arti in front. There's no one way to do Arti, but you can make a contribution still. Arti there? All right. We put Arti in front for everybody. So you'll take your Arti and, Prasad is also there. We have Prasad also. And have a safe journey back home, everybody. Blessings.